Hello. It is day number 3 of the Ramadan lift series. Today is the 22nd of February, and we are in the same situation as last video. So we're outside the mosque, and we're just about to down my pre-workout meal, which I did talk about in last video. So down that real quickly, and then we're gonna go pray, and then we're gonna go to the powerhouse gym, just like last video. We're gonna go to powerhouse gym and hit a chest and back day. So I'll also be talking while the car is moving, and because it's nighttime right now, I want to see how it looks. But yeah, I'll just explain what the plan is going into the session, and yeah, we'll see how we go. We are now on the way to Powerhouse Macrobat. So hopefully you guys can actually see us, or you can just see my white shirt. At the moment I've got my sunroof down so you can actually see us, hopefully. But nonetheless, we're on the way to Powerhouse Macrobat. We're going to hit a chest and back day. So we're going to start with back, because obviously everyone knows that you can row a lot more than you can push. So it will create a lot more central nervous system fatigue. So we're going to do back first, and then it'll be back, chest, and then back, chest, most likely. And then I'm probably going to do only about 6 sets per muscle group. So 6 sets of back and then 6 sets of chest. But yeah, I've got a couple questions like, hey Nate, why do you actually do such few sets? Like, I thought all these bodybuilders and all that do so many more sets. Why are you in the gym for only an hour? Well, the reason why is because the more sets you do, the more central nervous system fatigue you actually create. So the more central nervous system fatigue you actually create when you actually do all these sets, every single set you do costs recovery. So that's exactly how I think of it. If I can do, number one, I'm natural. Number two, I don't really get enough sleep, especially in these videos right now. So I don't get enough sleep. My food is low, my hydration is low. So there's no real reason for me, with all these factors that you're actually factoring in, that I could actually get away with all the sets and reps that typical other bodybuilders would do. So I have to keep my sets very short, my intensity very high, so I can create good stimulus, but not incur an insane amount of fatigue. Otherwise, I simply won't be able to recover from it. So that's why my leg day yesterday was only 4 sets of quads on a quad bias day, because the 4 sets of quads is absolute toast, and even now I feel it, like my legs are already sore. So it all comes down to your fatigue, and like I said, every single set that you do costs recovery. So that's one thing I hope you guys take home as well. So because a lot of people, what they do is they get set after set after set, and it creates what we call junk volume in the gym. So junk volume in the gym is exactly the opposite of what we're trying to achieve. So right now we're just gonna head to Powerhouse, and yeah, a little bit of a car waffle, but I'll see you in the gym. All right, so first things first is a T-bar row. So in this movement, we're focusing on the mid and lower traps. So what you'll see is I'll go extremely wide to take my biceps out of the movement, because the wider you go and the less elbow flexion, the less bicep you get. So I'm really driving my elbows far as back as I can and retracting my scapula. So retracting my scapula really engages those mids and lower traps. So I'm gonna try and go for about 20 reps or maybe 10, we'll see how I go. And yeah. So 2 20s and a 15, felt very good. What you'll notice is it's very controlled, it's very slow, but the target muscle is what I'm hitting is already firing. So sometimes it's not always about the weight that you move, it's about how you move it. So very controlled and exactly where you want it to feel. You're feeling it, you're doing something right. For this set, I swapped the 15 to a 10, so now it's 2 plates and a 10. Let's see how many reps we get. All right, second set done. That was good. Throw in some kelso shrugs at the end to really fatigue my mid and lower traps. So what it does is it just pretty much removes my entire arm out of the movement, and just shrugging back, retracting your shoulder blades really just isolates your mid and lower traps. So on to the next exercise. All right, so change your plan. What we'll do is, instead of chest back, I'll just do 2 exercises in my back and then 2 exercises on my chest, and then we'll do a superset at the end. Probably flyers and pullovers or something, but right now we're gonna do a lat biased row. So we're gonna use a V bar here, a small bar, and we're gonna really drive our elbows into our pockets, and that's exactly the function of our lats, which is to raise our arm and to contract our arm like this. So it's the exact same movement. I'm gonna rock forward a little bit, get a good stretch, and then pull back. So about 2 sets again on this exercise. If you do this right, you don't need a lot of weight. Like right now, I'm doing 42.5. If you do it right, get a good contraction, a good extension, you do not need a lot of weight on every single exercise. And I always preach, do the exercise properly, leave the ego at the door. Of course, I've had my times of ego lifting, but longevity in the sport is what really matters. So go light, do it right, and then progressively overload from there. All right, so first exercise of chest. We're gonna start with the chest fly. We're gonna do, I'd say about maybe 2 or 3 sets, maybe a 2 and then a 1 back off, because this is such a good one to start off, because you get the blood flow in the chest, and then you do a pressing pattern, and then you actually feel your chest pressing. A lot of people, they just press with their triceps and they don't even realize. So this is exactly why I start with the fly. We're gonna shoot for about 15 reps, but we'll see how we go. Oh, come on. Fuck. All right, good set. On to set number 2. All right, so upon self-reflection, I do shrug my shoulders up a lot. It's probably because I like the contraction of my shoulders coming in a little bit. A little bit's okay, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the weight just a little bit, and I'm gonna try and drive my shoulder down and then fly that way. Maybe I can get a little bit more chest involvement that way. So this is always good. You know, this is why I record myself. This is why I do these videos, to constantly improve. So let's see if I just put this seat up just a touch, put my hands nice and low, see how this goes. Oh, fuck. Good, definitely felt a little bit more chest. A little bit more awkward, but I'll get used to it. All right, so exercise number 2 for chest is the Panada flat press. So what you'll notice is this goes slightly converging and a little bit of a decline towards the top. So it'll be like up here, good deep stretch, and then come down a little bit, just a little bit. But the reason why I like the Panada ones and not the hammer strength ones is because if you actually look, the load is perpendicular to the floor at the beginning of the range of motion, and then when I press up, this gets a bit higher, which means it drops off the weight tension on the strength curve at the end of the movement, which was where I'm weakest. But the hammer strength ones, they're actually the opposite. So they actually get the load profile or the tension curve of the machine gets exponentially harder towards the top end of the movement where the tricep lockout is. because my triceps are a weak point, I fucking hate those hammer strength ones. But I really like the Panado ones because I still get a deep stretch, which is what we need in 2026 to actually grow. And it aligns perfectly well with my tricep. Good first set. We'll do another, we'll stay at this weight. Oh, we might drop it just a little bit because I only got 6. Fuck, man. My hands started moving as soon as I started pressing, but all right, well, now we'll do our superset, call it a day. All right, so we're gonna do 2 sets of this, and then we're gonna also do 2 sets of an iliac row, just to finish off the lats. This is an upper biased press, so with an incline press on a cables, so head is scrambled. So 2 sets of these, without rest, 2 sets of that. Make sure for this one you drive your elbow down and your shoulder down as well. You don't want your shoulder to raise. Every single time your shoulder raises, you take your tension off your lats. So not like this, like this. All right, I'll do the right arm, and then we'll go inside, look at the pump. All right, that is chest and back day done. Let's see how we look. All right, so cardio done. I accidentally went on the treadmill for a little bit too long trying to edit the video. I'll just put a photo on screen. But thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next episode. See you later.